I tried doing this video earlier, but I had too much background crap going on. Um, as the world knows, one of the greatest heroes of all time has passed away and gone. He's well known as Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Zeo Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, and the Black Dino Ranger. Jason David Frank. I woke up yesterday afternoon. I didn't sleep much because I didn't go to bed till about 5:30, 6 o'clock the night before. And I woke up and I saw a thing on Facebook. And I was thinking to myself, no, it can't be true, it's got to be a hoax. And it turns out it's not a hoax. One of my favorite heroes has died. I've lost, let's see, lost Christopher Reeves, lost, we lost Betty White, we lost America's dad, Bob Saget, we lost my Batman, Kevin Conroy, we lost the great comedian Gallagher, who was famous for smashing watermelon and I think other fruits of similar sort. We lost the woman from Supernatural. I wasn't a huge fan of Supernatural because I couldn't keep up with it because I grew bored with it. But she died shortly after her diagnosis of leukemia. And then I find out that my favorite Power Ranger is gone. It was a life dream to one day meet him. When I was younger, I thought I met him at a circus that was having where you could shake hands and hang out with the Power Rangers. I shook the hands of someone who was a woman posing as the White Ranger for the circus that wound up getting into a lot of trouble for neglect of their animals. I had hoped to at least meet him once before I died, but I have to scratch that off now. Because my hero has gone. Like, at first, I hated him because, he was a villain. But I couldn't stop watching him because he just captivated me. He drew me in. And then he became good. And then I was heartbroken when he left the show. And then they brought him back as the White Ranger. And then he became the Red Zeo Ranger and ended as the Turbo Ranger. By the end of Lost Galaxy, unfortunately, I lost interest in the show. Not because I didn't like the show. I lost interest in it because it kept changing hands with owners. I'd find it on one channel, try to get back into it, and then it was somewhere else. And then I missed him as the Black Dino Ranger, which really sucked. And then I followed him otherwise through his UFC. I wanted to go see him in Madison and La Crosse for their Comic-Con, but I didn't have the money to do so. I had always wanted to meet him and tell him how impactful he was on my life. Jason David Frank knew that he was loved. He knew countless of fans loved him. But unfortunately, due to pain and suffering, and obviously depression due to his 19-year divorce, he threw in the towel because he couldn't take it anymore. And I'm not going to blame him for being a quitter, for being a loser, weak, or anything, because I face those same demons every day. I suffer from severe depression, amongst other mental illness problems. I know how hard it is. He finally gave in to his demons that he couldn't shake. The fact he made it to 49 with these demons is very admirable. Including Robin Williams, who went as long as he did before his demons finally won. He became an alcoholic, Robin Williams did, and did other things. It breaks my heart, to know that the demons have taken another beautiful soul. He said at an autograph signing he did that he hears over and over again, "You are my hero. You mean the world to me. You inspired me to do greatness." And he said, if you say that to someone and they eventually reach the point that they snap and say they don't want to hear it anymore, stop following them because they're not worth it. He said, so long as they're like that, they're not worth following. He said, no matter how many times he hears it, he never gets sick of hearing people tell him how much of a hero he is to them and how much they love him. And he said he would never get sick of hearing it. It's just really sad that it takes him dying for him to know how much he meant to me. Other celebrities have died, and they really upset me. But none of them have emotionally upset me as much as his death. Yes, he was too young. Yes, he was a beautiful soul. I wish someone had been there to help him. But he was alone. And the demons won. If you have someone out there who's dealing with these same demons. Please don't ridicule them. Don't insult them. Don't call them weak for thinking about killing themselves. Telling them they have no idea how much they lose by doing it. Because they know. They've already weighed it out. Instead, show them that you are there for them and you will help them through every step of the way. It breaks my heart, to know that his demons won. I've heard countless stories where he was such a loving and beautiful and kind soul that every life he's touched is shook by his passing. He was loved. I'm pretty sure by billions. I mean, like I said, it breaks my heart that I've lost my favorite Power Ranger because his demons won. I've lost other heroes, but none of them have affected me this badly. Yes, I was very upset and distraught when Robin Williams died. He was a huge, iconic childhood hero of mine. Kevin Conroy, same. Betty White, Bob Saget, all the same. But none of them ever made me feel this bad. And then to find out he suffered from the same demons as me, it touches more close to home than the others. Other than Robin Williams. His was bad too. But he was so strong, he made it for so long. He lived a fruitful, full, healthy life. He was an old man when it finally won. He fought him off the longest. That's why I don't think it bothered me so much, because he was so strong to make it as long as he did. But it hurts. I think that's why it hurts so much more, because Jason David Frank went for so long, but couldn't take it. So please, if you know someone who has depression and is thinking of suicide, don't be stupid and tell them they're a pathetic, weak loser. Don't tell them they have no idea how much it'll hurt people when they're gone, because they already know. Don't kick them while their demons are beating them down, because you're not helping them. You're making it worse. Instead, just show them that you love them and you're there for them. Hold their hand if you have to. Help them fight their demons. Just don't leave them alone. And that's where Jason lost. It's because, as far as I know, he was alone. And it's when we're alone in our darkest moments that we really need somebody. That's where we need the most love. That being said, I end this video saying farewell to my hero, to my favorite Power Ranger, Tommy Oliver, aka Jason David Frank. You knew you were loved, but until now I don't think you realized by how many. I'm sorry your demons won, and I wish I had been there to help you, because they are horrible. Again, if you know anyone suffering with depression, just show them you'll be there for them. Don't tear them down. Don't tell them they're pathetic, they're weak, and they're losers. Don't tell them people will be suffering when they're gone because they already know. Help them, be their stone, be their rock against the tides of the hellstorm, and give them support and love. Amen and God bless. And may Jason David Frank rest in peace now that his demons are no longer torturing him.